This is the story about Paco and Robert learning lessons from Jesus.
I'm Paco.
I'm Robert.
This is the gospel according to us. This is the gospel according to us.
This is the gospel according
To us.
So, if you wouldn't mind, Jesus, I really would be very grateful.
Oh, sorry, Robert. I didn't mean to interrupt your prayers.
That's okay, Paco. I was about finished anyhow. Just tying up loose ends, you know. Amen. There. I'm all yours now. Although I do wish you'd remove that silly button.
Excuse me, Robert. This is not a silly button. Yours is the silly button around here.
How dare you call the Chiefs silly? Why, Patrick Mahomes is a star quarterback. Not to mention a complete superstar in every way.
What do you know about quarterbacks, Robert? The only sport you ever watch is cricket. Anyway, Tom Brady is the superstar, not that whippersnapper Mahone.
I do not only watch cricket. I've become quite the expert on American football.
What do you mean, American football? What other kind of football is there?
Proper football, of course, where you run about kicking. Oh, never mind. You're just trying to change the subject.
No, I wasn't, Robert, but I'm going to now. What were you praying about? It's unusual for you to be all holy before dinner.
If you must know, I was asking Jesus to do me a favour.
What kind of favor?
Well, you know about Sammy Watkins' calf injury.
I didn't even know Sammy owned livestock. What happened to the poor little calf?
Oh, for goodness sake, Paco. Sammy Watkins injured the lower part of his leg, and I'm worried that he won't be able to play today. So I asked Jesus to make him all better.
You asked Jesus to heal a wide receiver so he'll be able to play in the Super Bowl?
Well, yes. He's a brilliant player, and the Chiefs could use a little boost.
I won't argue with that. But Robert, you can't ask Jesus to make someone better just so you get what you want.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't, Robert. That's not how it works. We pray for people to be healed because we don't want them to suffer. And Jesus doesn't want people to suffer either.
What about how I'll suffer if the Chiefs lose today? Doesn't Jesus care about that?
Not particularly, I'm afraid. I'm sure Jesus is sad that Sammy's leg is hurting, but not because you're worried about your team losing the Super Bowl.
All right then, smarty pants. What about Peter's mother-in-law?
What about Peter's mother-in-law?
Aha! You know what I'm talking about. Jesus was hungry, the cook was sick. Jesus made her better so she would get up and make dinner for him.
Oh no, Robert, you have that all wrong.
You're always telling me I've got things wrong, Paco. But this time, you're the one who's wrong. It's right there in Mark's Gospel. Jesus took the sick lady's hand and helped her get up, and her fever was gone. And she felt so good that she made a big dinner for Jesus and his friends. So there.
Well, you're right that she was able to cook dinner when Jesus made her well.
Told you so.
But that isn't why Jesus made her well. Jesus healed her because he didn't want her to suffer. And he healed her because he wanted his friends to understand who he was and why his Father sent him. Don't forget that after dinner, Jesus healed hundreds of other people, not because he wanted anything from them, but because he wanted them to live good lives. That's what Jesus wants for all of us, to be the best we can be. Peter's mother-in-law made dinner for Jesus because she felt like herself again and because she wanted to show him how grateful she was. and cooking was something she could do well. So she made a special meal for a special man.
Playing football is something Sammy Watkins does well. Maybe if Jesus were to make him better.
Stop it, Robert! You can pray for Sammy by all means. It's always good to pray for others. But it has to be for his benefit, not yours.
Oh, all right, Paco. You win. Let's hope the Chiefs do too. Do you want to watch the game with me?
Well, if I can sit still that long, I seem to have injured my hamstring. Get it? Hamstring!